Knight's Kingdom presents Legacy of Fate, Episode 1. Fate Does Not Make Mistakes. Written by Timothy Yakoubek. The room is somber, draped in shadows despite the bright lights of numerous cameras. Various members of the Justice League stand shoulder to shoulder on a raised platform. Superman, with a heavy heart, steps forward to the podium. The atmosphere is thick with grief and tension. The constant sounds of cameras clicking echo throughout the room.
Citizens of the world, today is a day of both mourning and remembrance. We gather here not as heroes, but as a family, to bid farewell to one of our own, Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson.
The cameras focus on the heroes, revealing expressions ranging from sadness to stoic resolve. Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and several others stand behind Superman.
Kent was more than just a powerful sorcerer. He was one of our dearest friends, an inspiring mentor to younger heroes, and a beacon of hope. He sacrificed his own life to protect us all, to shield our world from a threat beyond imagination.
The room falls silent, the weight of the sacrifice palpable. Superman steps back, and Wonder Woman takes her turn to speak.
He fought with valor until the end. A true warrior. Kent knew the cost of the path he chose, and yet walked it willingly for the greater good. And for that, the world is and forever will be grateful.
Batman nods in silent agreement, his eyes hidden behind the cowl, but the grief evident. Batman steps forward towards the podium to speak.
Kent was a strategist, brilliant mind. His loss leaves a void that won't be easily filled.
Superman, can you give us some more details on what happened with Dr. Fate?
Superman looks down. He seems to be struggling with his inner thoughts and the ability to speak.
Well, the simple answer is, we don't know. He had to take this entity into some sort of pocket dimension. He was alive when he went in, and was dead when he got out.
So, what? How did he die?
Batman swiftly takes away the microphone from Superman and responds in an annoyed and angry tone.
Next question, please.
This question is for the Flash. How do you think the League will manage without Dr. Fate?
The Flash walks up to the podium, a bit nervous.
He was always there giving me and others advice, even when things seemed impossible. This has been a great loss for all of us, and one we won't forget. With that said, I can promise all of you that the Justice League is staying strong and will continue to keep you safe.
Superman reaches out to place a comforting hand on Flash's shoulder, a small but meaningful gesture of solidarity.
Fate's legacy lives on in each and every one of us. His sacrifice reminds us of the strength that comes from unity and selflessness. Today is not only a day to mourn his passing, but to celebrate the great hero that he was and forever will be.
The room is filled with a collective sense of grief, the heroes standing together in a shared moment of loss.
Before we conclude, I ask for a moment of silence in honor of Kent Nelson. Thank you.
The cameras capture the heroes bowing their heads in a solemn reflection as the world watches, sharing in the pain of losing a hero, a friend, a guardian, and a symbol of hope. The room is quieter, the atmosphere heavy with the aftermath of the press conference. The Justice League members have gathered around a long conference table. The mood is a mix of fatigue and determination.
I've been reviewing the data we have on the dimensional breach Dr. Fate was dealing with. There's still so much we don't understand.
We need to find out what Kent was doing exactly. If there are any remnants that suggest Darkseid is still alive, we need to prepare for the possibility that he might return.
We must also consider the possibility that Darkseid could have allies, or remnants that could pose a threat. Kent's sacrifice was a part of something larger, and we need to be ready.
We've lost one of our most powerful allies, but his fight isn't over. We have to honor his legacy by ensuring that this threat is completely eradicated.
I'll start by examining those magical artifacts Kent was working with. We'll need to understand every detail what he was dealing with.
I'll coordinate with our tech teams to see if we can track any anomalies or disturbances. If there's any residual energy, we'll find it.
And I'll consult with other lanterns. There may be some cosmic insights or additional resources they can provide.
I could use my telepathic abilities to sift through Kent's last moments. There might be fragments of his thoughts or emotions that could give us clues.
I'll allow it. Could be useful for the situation.
The room falls into a thoughtful silence as each member considers their responsibilities. Batman stands up, signaling the end of the meeting.
We all have our tasks. Let's move quickly and efficiently. Kent wouldn't want us to dwell on our grief. He'd want us to act.
Agreed. Let's move.
The group of heroes disperse. In an apartment bedroom, a young teenage boy named Ethan Taylor watches the news broadcast from the TV in his room. The news anchor, sitting at a desk, begins to speak.
And there you have it. Moments ago, the Justice League officially confirmed the death of their now former member, Kent Nelson, known as Dr. Fate to many. Kent Nelson sacrificed himself to help the Justice League defeat the alien we now know as Darkseid. But what exactly happened to cause his death remains unclear, and so does the whereabouts of Darkseid. Is he even still alive? We'll let you all know as soon as we find out. That does it for today's hold on. I'm just now getting word that Dr. Fate's helmet will be put on display here in the Metropolis Museum later tomorrow night. All are welcome to attend to honor his legacy. Goodbye.
Ethan sits alone at a corner table in the bustling cafeteria, a sea of students swirling around him. His gaze is fixed on the pages of a book, but his mind is elsewhere, lost in a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. A group of loud kids passes by, their laughter ringing in Ethan's ears. He shrinks back instinctively, pulling his hoodie tighter around himself as if to shield himself. Suddenly, a shadow falls across the table, and Ethan looks up to find one of his classmates, Lexi, standing before him. She's a bright and bubbly girl with a kind smile, in contrast to Ethan's quiet demeanor.
Hey, Ethan. Mind if I join you?
Ethan blinks in surprise, caught off guard by Lexi's sudden appearance. He hesitates for a moment before nodding, a small smile tugging at the corners of his lips.
Sure.
Lexi sits down, opposite to Ethan.
So, what are you reading?
Ethan glances down at the book in his hands, a fantasy novel with a worn cover.
Just something I picked up at the library.
Lexi leans in closer to look at the book.
I love fantasy books. What's it about?
Ethan hesitates, his grip tightening on the book.
It's, about a hero who discovers his true destiny? Pretty cliche, I know.
Lexi nods, a knowing smile playing on her face.
Sounds exciting. Hey, are you coming to the game tonight? The basketball team is playing against Gotham. It's gonna be epic.
Ethan's eyes widen in surprise. He's never been one for school events.
I wasn't exactly planning on it.
Lexi nudges him playfully with a smile.
Come on, it'll be fun. You can sit with me and my friends.
Ethan hesitates for a moment before nodding slowly, a faint blush creeping into his cheeks.
Okay, yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome! I'll save you a seat.
I'll probably be a few minutes late, though. I'm going to the museum after school.
Oh, are you visiting that Dr. Fate memorial?
Yeah, he was actually my favorite superhero. It'll be cool to see the helmet up close, too.
I still can't believe we were almost enslaved by aliens or whatever they had planned for us. In the end, though, Dr. Fate sacrificed himself to save all of us. He was one hell of a hero.
He sure was.
Do you think that Darkseid guy is still out there?
I really hope not.
Me too. So, I'll see you tonight at the game then.
I'll be there.
With that, Lexi gets up from the table and disappears into the crowd, leaving Ethan to ponder her words. As he watches her go, a small spark of hope ignites within him, beckoning him forward into the unknown. Later that day, Ethan stands before the imposing facade of the Metropolis Museum, his hands tucked into the pockets of his hoodie. His eyes flicker with curiosity as he gazes up at the building. Ethan pushes open the heavy doors and steps into the cool interior of the museum. He wanders through the exhibits, his footsteps echoing softly against the tiled floors. His gaze is then quickly drawn to the far left corner of the museum, where a large glass case gleams in the ambient light. Inside rests the Helmet of Fate, a powerful artifact that once belonged to the legendary sorcerer Kent Nelson. Ethan's heart quickens as he approaches the display, his eyes fixated on the gleaming golden helmet.
Thank you.
Ethan continues to stare at the helmet. After a few moments, suddenly, the eyes of the helmet flare to life with a bright gold essence, casting a golden glow that illuminates the room. After a moment, the eyes go back to normal. Ethan stumbles back in shock, his heart pounding in his chest. Ethan looks around to see if anyone noticed what he just saw, but no one seems to notice or care. Ethan exhales and then looks at the time on his phone.
All right, I should get going.
Ethan looks back at the helmet one last time before leaving and walks away. A few seconds later, after walking away, the helmet seemingly diminishes into thin air. Ethan sits at his desk, staring blankly at his computer screen. The hum from the computer fan and the faint sounds of the city outside are the only noises that fill the small, cluttered room. A stack of comic books lies on the edge of the desk, with Dr. Fate's issues prominently on top. The excitement from Lexi's invitation earlier still lingers, but now, in the quiet of his room, doubt creeps back in. He glances at the clock. 6:45 p.m. The game starts in 15 minutes.
Maybe I should just stay home.
He spins around in his chair, facing the bed where his backpack sits half open. Suddenly, the room temperature drops. A faint golden glow begins to pulse from under his bed.
What the?
Ethan gets up from his chair and goes over to his bed. He kneels down. His hand reaches under the bed, pulling out the Helmet of Fate. The artifact pulses with the same golden light that he had seen in the museum. His eyes wide in disbelief.
Ethan Taylor, you have been chosen.
Ethan's hands shake, almost dropping the helmet. He looks around frantically, trying to figure out if someone else is in the room.
Who's there?
My name is Nabu. I possess the helmet that you hold within your very hands.
Ethan stares at the helmet, the voice seeming to reverberate directly into his mind. He shakes his head in disbelief and puts down the helmet on a table, backing away from it and sitting back down in his chair.
You're not crazy. Only those destined for the mantle are able to hear me.
Wait, so does that mean I'm Dr. Fate?
Yes.
But why me? This doesn't make any sense. I don't think I even fully believe you. I must be dreaming or something.
You must believe me, Ethan. This is not a dream. You have more strength than you fully realize. The power of fate is yours to command, but you must accept it. Darkness is upon this city, and it will consume unless you act. It is your destiny to protect the world from these dark threats, to wield the power of magic in its purest form, to become Dr. Fate.
Ethan begins pacing around the room.
No, this can't be happening. I'm just a kid. I can't be a superhero.
The golden light grows brighter, filling the room with a strange warmth.
You have been chosen because the world needs a new protector. Kent Nelson is gone. You must take up the mantle. You are the one we need.
Ethan runs a hand through his hair, panic written all over his face.
That's crazy. How am I supposed to be a hero? I can't even talk to people without freaking out. How am I supposed to save anyone? What if I can't do this? I'm not good enough.
The helmet's glow dims slightly, almost as if it's showing sympathy, but the voice remains steady.
Fear is natural, but I promise you this is right.
Ethan takes a deep breath, torn between the weight of the responsibility thrust upon him and the life of a normal teenager that he's barely holding on to. He looks at the time on his phone and notices it's 6:59 p.m.
Shit. I'll get back to you on this later. I have somewhere important I need to be.
Ethan grabs his jacket and hesitantly walks out of the room, leaving the helmet behind. The golden glow fades. After Ethan fully exits the room, the helmet once again diminishes into thin air. The echo of a bouncing basketball, shoes squeaking, and the roar of the crowd fill the brightly lit gym. Students, teachers, and families fill the bleachers, their excitement palpable. Cheerleaders line the sidelines, their pom-poms shaking in rhythm with the school band playing in the background. Ethan makes his way into the gym, scanning the crowd nervously. He spots Lexi, who waves at him from the stands, her smile as welcoming as before. Lexi sits with a group of friends who all seem engrossed in their conversations.
Hey, Ethan! Over here.
Ethan raises his right hand and gives a small, awkward wave, then begins to make his way up the bleachers, carefully avoiding eye contact with anyone else. His anxiety kicks in full force as he climbs up and feels everyone's gaze on him. Though, in reality, no one is paying much attention. When he reaches where Lexi's group is sitting, she pats the seat next to her, and Ethan sits down, stiff and uncomfortable.
I'm glad you made it. I was beginning to think you'd bail.
Yeah, I almost did, but here I am.
Lexi grins, nudging him gently with her elbow.
Well, good call. The game just started 5 minutes ago. You haven't missed much. Are you into basketball at all?
No, not really, but it's nice to be out, I guess.
The Metropolis team scores a point and the crowd erupts. Drums get louder. Lexi and her friends cheer. Ethan quietly claps along. As the game continues, Ethan's mind drifts. The noise around him seems to fade, replaced by a low, familiar hum. His vision blurs momentarily, and he blinks hard, trying to shake off the strange sensation. Suddenly, the golden glow from the helmet flickers in the corner of his eye. It's not there physically, but Ethan can feel it, almost pulsing in his mind. He leans forward, gripping his knees, sweat forming on his forehead.
Ethan, she is near.
Who is?
Ethan's eyes widen. His heart pounds in his chest, and the world around him becomes distant. He glances around the gym frantically.
No, you can't do this. Not now. I'm not ready.
Lexi notices Ethan's sudden change in demeanor in the corner of her eye. She leans over, concerned.
Hey, you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Ethan wipes his forehead, trying to keep his cool, and give a short sarcastic laugh to Lexi's statement.
I just need some air.
Without waiting for a response, Ethan gets up from his seat and pushes through the crowd, descending the bleachers quickly. Lexi watches worried, seeing him leave. Ethan bursts out of the gym doors into the cold night air. He leans against a nearby wall, breathing heavily, his hands shaking uncontrollably. The golden glow returns, more intense this time, wrapping around him like an aura.
Leave me alone. You can't just take control of my body whenever you please.
The Enchantress. She seeks destruction. You must stop her before it's too late.
Ethan squeezes his eyes shut and tries plugging his ears, trying to block out the voice.
I don't know who the hell that is. I'm not him. I'm not Dr. Fate.
Then I must show you.
The glow intensifies, and suddenly, Ethan is overwhelmed by visions. A shadowy, glowing figure draped in darkness, standing at the center of the city. Buildings crumble around her, chaos and destruction spreading like wildfire. It's the Enchantress, her eyes glowing with malevolent power as she raises her hands to unleash another wave of magic. The vision snaps back to reality, and Ethan stumbles, catching himself against the wall.
No. You want me to fight that thing?
What I have just told you is the future to come if you do not intervene. You must stop her. If you do not, countless lives will be lost. You have the power to face her darkness.
Ethan collapses on the ground, his heart racing. He can still feel the presence of the helmet, like it's watching him, waiting for him to make a choice.
Why can't Superman be the one to do it? I mean, we're literally in Metropolis. What about the Justice League?
The one you name Man of Steel is not strong enough, and the League is distracted with a distant fear. This is your time.
But what if I fail?
You won't. We all face fear, Ethan. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of it.
Ethan looks up at the sky, conflicted, but slowly gathering strength.
Okay, then show me how.
After saying that, Ethan's feet begin to hover above the ground. A blue and gold armored suit with a cape begins wrapping around his body. The helmet spawns onto his face, and the eyes of the helmet glow bright.
Holy shit.
Ethan looks down at his hands and notices a bright yellow energy forming around them.
Fate does not make mistakes.
The city skyline shimmers in the darkness, a bright beacon of light against the encroaching shadows. High above, Ethan soars throughout the night sky, clad in the shimmering cloak and golden helm of Dr. Fate.
For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm a part of something greater. Like I finally belong.